Okay.
And this is, in fact, Manual for the Dead by Jason Wahlberg. It's a really fun game. I haven't gotten to play it in full yet, but hopefully that'll change tonight. I can't see why I wouldn't. DTG, if you want, you can like give yourself a shout out, tell people what you do. Although like a lot of my audience knows you.
I am Disfiguring the Goddess 1102. I am a speedrunner and a tabletop enthusiast. I speedrun Final Fantasy quite a bit. I like to talk shit to Ruru while they're playing Dead by Daylight, and I like to hang out. And Ruru bullied me into playing this, and I willingly accepted the bulliness. So here we are.
Fantastic. And everybody knows me as Ruru. I'll be going by my. I don't know. I have so many names. I don't know if it matters, but I'll be going by Bunny tonight because I'll be playing the caseworker in the game. And I think
Good.
people know what I'm about if they're here. Also, definitely a shout out to Jason Wahlberg. I asked him specifically and directly if I could play his game on stream, and he said it would be cool. So give him a follow if you wish. J Wahlberg4 on Twitter. He makes a shit ton of games. Not gonna lie, like I can't even exaggerate. It's not even exaggeration how many games this person has made. I wish I could play them all.
Awesome.
So, Manual for the Dead starts out by building a palette, and this is going to be our framework for the game itself. I have a little bit of plans. I'm sure you have a little bit of plans. But we're also going to, in the spirit of the game, build on our palette so that we can have like a randomized effect, you know? Like it's not going to be entirely based on what we plan, but also we'll try to incorporate the themes that we come up with on the fly here. First off, do you want to introduce your character?
I don't know what to say about them other than their name and their background.
That's really all you need.
I have decided to name my character Billy. And
Philly?
he, in life, was a marine biologist.
Is that Philly?
Billy.
Billy.
Billy. Like Bob.
Yes.
Bob.
Billy the marine biologist.
Yes, that is correct.
I like that. Marine biology is like super awesome.
Do I know why I picked any of those? Not a fucking clue.
Also, I should probably point out that we're both trans people. I have like a highly trans inclusive space. I think it's important to say. I don't know why. Like I have an idea.
It's very important to say that we are who we are.
And normally I have the trans femme tag.
But especially with people being dicks with hate raids and all that lately, it's important to say.
Yeah, definitely. There's no trans femme tag in the system, but I use hashtag transfem usually. But I took it off because Jason Wahlberg's name is on the end of my title. And I don't want to confuse people, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just a little note about that. So we have Billy. Do you know how you died, Billy? It's okay if you don't.
Not a clue. I was going to have you tell me.
Well, we'll figure that out because the world of the dead is a weird and thrilling place. I wrote down an R because it's rated R. I was like, why did my note say R? It was an R-rated adventure. Well, it's a story of a kind. So now we go around the table and each player either adds a theme or bans a theme. We were talking about this earlier.
Right.
If you add a theme, then I'm going to try my hardest to include it in the game. Bonus points if we do include it in the game. And if you ban a theme, we are not allowed to approach that theme.
Okay.
It's not even necessarily just things you don't want in the game, but it could also be things that would clash with the main theme in a way that would Like, I don't know. They have an example where in a game where they want intelligent pigs, they banned bacon because the discourse of bacon could be a takeaway from the pig discourse that we want to focus on. Do you understand?
Right. Right.
So I appreciate that. And this goes around until somebody passes their turn. After that, each other player gets one more chance. So, do you want to start or should I?
You can.
Boop boop boo. I want to add. Uh, you know what? I don't know. It's the first word I see on here. I hope nobody judges me harshly. I'm gonna add drug use. Oh, by the way, just because of fairness, you can veto and add. I know you don't care about drug use, but like,
Nope. Not even a little.
yeah, that's a thing. So that's a thing. And that's my first ad. What would you like to add or ban?
I would like to add, or ban what we would consider modern technology.
Oh, nice. No modern tech.
Like no cell phones, no computers.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Blah,
That's
blah, blah.
like, I mean, this is like, I was thinking Tim Burton quality stuff, but also like I love horror, and one of the things that kills horror is modern communication.
Right.
Right.
Which is why in a lot of modern horror you see a lot of the phones are scrambled or
Yeah, or something weird. Or I do like. It's not entirely modern. I don't think like they only had basic cell phones in it, but Ringu like made the enemy part of technology, and that's one of the scarier things. I think
right.
I like it. All right, I'm.
So I have written down by hand a character sheet with my stats and power pool and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
everything
also.
properly.
I'm glad. I'm also gonna have the power pool on the screen.
Okay.
So that we have an active running list of the things happening. And you have
Cool.
40 PowerPoints.
Right.
We're going to go with that. So my turn again. I want to. I'm going to ban the police.
Okay.
There will be no mention of police throughout the game.
So what you're saying is fuck the police.
Yeah, I wanted to take the chance.
Okay.
What?
I would want to add sentient animals.
All right. I like that.
So basically, what we're doing right now is that we're just creating the Feywild.
Oh, yeah, drug use and sentient animals with no police or tech. Yeah, that sounds exactly like the Feywild.
Or like Alice in Wonderland.
Hell yeah.
Whatever.
Um, Given that, I will take it a step further and I will add dreamlike qualities. We'll see how that plays out. I didn't have a plan for that. I just was like, that's going in.
That sounds reasonable. I banned modern tech. Weapons or tech. What would you consider like firearms and weapons like that?
You can in a modern tech, we have really ridiculous firearms. I know that a gun is a simple concept, but there's a cutoff point where you might not have fully automatic fire, for instance. I don't know how far you want to take that. That was your ban. But I could see reasonably mechanical fire mechanisms definitely involved, and semi-auto might be a thing.
Let's just ban anything that isn't like musket, basically. You know, where you have to completely do it by manual, and it's a one manual shot thing.
So is this
But
a new ban?
yeah,
So what I'm trying to think about this. What would we?
um,
How about we just ban semi-auto firearms,
yes,
and that basically takes care of a lot.
yeah. So we're being very old, old school. Oh man, fuck, we can't do anything but play D&D. God damn it.
Well, there's some technology, like you'll see when we get into it.
Oh yeah, of course, but
I have a little bit of a plan. So I don't know. We got three things. I'm gonna pass my turn, which gives you one more thing that you could do if you want to add or ban one more thing.
and well, I would like to include as a part of Billy's background marine biology because of course he
Yeah.
would be all about that.
Oh, that'll be great.
Let's add that and
Yeah.
call it code.
Now let me get a piece of paper that can handle all the notes. Instead, I have just this little yellow thing that already has shit scratched into it, so I'm kind of like filling in the margins. Hold on. I have a little note card, and I'm gonna keep this handy because this game is gonna go a couple sessions.
Bro, okay.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be fun.
Billy the marine biologist. What we have added as drug use.
Maybe I died of like a coke overdose.
Maybe. Sentient animals. Which could get interesting. Dreamlike quality.
Whoa, my gosh.
And marine biology.
I got I got scared.
You got scared?
I clicked on something to look at it later, and then all of a sudden I just hear it's like, whoa. I didn't mean to click on Stone Cold shit. Like,
Hey, it happens. And now we're banning modern technology. The
yeah.
police. Semi auto firearms.
So I have no modern tech, but I was a marine biologist.
Hey, it works. You heard of
Mm.
Jacques Cousteau?
Yeah, of
He
course.
piloted a submarine that was basically low tech.
Brutal.
Oh yeah, definitely like do a deep dive on Jacques Cousteau sometime. He made marine biology real popular, just like literally diving with a camera, like
All
shit.
it takes, right?
Basically, R-rated framework.
Oh no.
You can expect
R-rated.
this
Really?
on
Well, thanks,
prime
company.
time. Ask your parents for more information. Da, 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 da. Now, do you know how the 3D 6D system works?
Not right off.
That's
Not.
that's fair because I didn't tell you anything about it. So
Okay.
you take your skill level as a
Right.
base, one between 1 and 3. Roll 3 dice, which are d6s, and then you select 2 of them. The sum of the 2 dice you selected plus your skill level equals your score. Sometimes you get a bonus, sometimes you get a penalty. When you roll, you're going for a value between 2 and 12. Obviously, if you get higher than 12, then it's just like, hell yeah. But it's going to be harder to get above 12 or even above 8 you know, after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, just a quick rundown. You get your 2d6 plus your skill plus the difficulty. And if you roll a 2, you fail with something bad happening. If you roll a 3 to 4, then it's a straight fail, nothing weird. 5 to 7 is a success, but something happens. 8 to 10 is a basic success, and 11 or 12 is a critical success where you might have a bonus.
All right. Sounds cool.
And after the roll, the value of the roll is subtracted from your power pool.
The total or just the 2 dice?
The total.
If I roll, say, 18,
Yeah.
18 comes off the power.
Yes. But also in exchange, like, for instance, that's why you want to do something that's not going to score too high. You want it right in that sweet spot. But also, the more points that are spent on the roll, the better your turnout, basically.
So it's like, do you go all out for it now, or do you
Yeah.
play the long game?
And remembering that each action can only have a single result. Although it could get complicated and it could get very good, it's still just one result.
Right.
When you have 0 power points, your rolls start incurring negatives. Okay?
Okay.
So after, like, let's say you wind down to a 2 power points left, you could use those and make the roll, and I won't penalize you. You'll just be like, you'll zero out on that roll, basically.
Right.
But the next roll is -1. The roll after that, you get -2, and this is included with everything. Until eventually, making a roll could be just detrimental altogether, and you might want to quit for the day.
Right.
Right. At the beginning of each day, or the beginning of the refresh period, which, like, I'll probably be kind of liberal with that. But at the beginning of each refresh, you get half your points back, which is 20.
Okay.
So you can continue the next day with a fresh supply of 20. Or you could bank some points. You can't go above 40, but you can refill to full if you're clever about it.
So I could, say, use... basically, I could spend all 40, wait 2 days, spend all 40, wait 2 days.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. And that actually, like, I don't know if you know this, I'm very into ghost stories. I guess it's kind of an obvious thing for me. But that also falls in line with actual hauntings in the world, where sometime the apparition or poltergeist has a schedule to keep, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was seen in the case of the Smurls. Do you know about them?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's something we can get into another time. They were a family that lived out in West Pittston, Pennsylvania, who were plagued by a poltergeist. And their encounter got so bad that neighbors were experiencing it too. Like, they noticed what was happening to the Smurls. There's a movie about it too. I forget what the movie's called, but it's really good.
That's brutal.
There's one more thing about rolling.
Yeah.
Before you make your roll, after you chose the skill you want to use, you can choose to spend 5 points for a +1.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, yeah. An example, you want to use, like, I got to scroll down to the definitions. Like, if you want to use levitation for something critical, and you think it'll be more appropriate to burn some points, you could spend the 5 points for the +1, then you make the roll, and then the roll takes away more points. So that's the balance.
Right.
All right. So, uh, can I get? I'm just gonna get your. Let me look at the character sheet as well for reference. The haunt is a thing. Background marine biology. Billy, can I get your skills and the values? I mean, you already have 1 point in manifestation.
I have 1 point in levitation, 2 points in reality warp, 2 points in shapeshift, 1 point in teleportation, and 1 point in voice mimicry.
All right, just to reiterate, 1 manifestation, 1 levitation, 2 reality warp, 2 shapeshift, 1 teleportation, 1 mimicry.
Yes.
All right, and those are your base points. Everybody gets 7. I'm only saying that for the audience, really. You get 7 to start. You can get more points as time goes on. Also, I owe you a lucky number.
You do owe me a lucky number.
So before we move on, I will give you your lucky number. I'm also going to be taking some breaks throughout, where we can like stretch out and shit. My normal stream time is like 5 hours.
Don't shit on stream, Ruru.
Okay. I guess that is against TOS and some shit.
Monka TOS.
Monk TOS. Oh my god, fuck my brain. I opened Twitter automatically. I spend too much time on Twitter, not gonna lie. Titus laugh for the lulz. Anyway,
Yes.
here's your lucky number. Out of 100 or 1,000. What the fuck? My brain.
That could be 69.
128.
128. Oh, baby.
And the associated curse, because I know you love it, is you refuse to fight beasts, magical beasts, vermin, and gnolls.
What a combo.
That is the beast aspect curse. Your friend, although all the curses in that area stop you from fighting magical beasts.
Oh.
Yeah, because magical beasts can be a lot of things. So I just decided each of these always defers magical beast.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, for people who don't know, I made a list of 1,000 curses. And there's several series of curses within it that are all related. So, without further ado, is there anything else you would like to ask before we start?
I would like to just say boobs.
Boobs. That is also, I agree with that statement. Boobs it is.
Boobs.
Boobs it is. All right, so I'm gonna show you the field. Whoop. This is your house. So let me start with a little narration here. You don't know exactly why or where you've been. Wait, should I do the second person or third person?
Whatever way you just started.
Okay. Yeah, that's second person.
I don't know. I honestly can't tell.
Okay, second person is where the narration addresses the reader. And third person is where the narration addresses people apart from the reader. And and first person, of course, is where the narration is directly from the person's perspective.
And it should be narrating to me, technically.
Yeah, I'm thinking second person. That's what I just started with, though, so...
Yeah,
Anyway,
second person, yeah.
You don't know exactly how or why, and you can't really remember things that have happened recently, but you find yourself coming in the front door, which in the large box is right down near where it says laundry area.
Okay.
Obviously, the purple are doorways. They swing toward where the line is pointing. The double doorway into the kitchen swings both ways, and
Okay.
the blue lines are stairs. They show you where the stairway is. They're connected, and the white and blue are windows.
Okay.
So you walk into your house, and things are a little bit cold. And going to flick on the light, you realize your hand goes right through it.
Reggie.
And sitting on the floor is a book you've never seen before. And on the cover is emblazoned the title Manual for the Dead.
Well, I suppose I would pick that up and be like, what the fuck?
And it is surprisingly interactable.
Okay.
Reading through the book, it explains to you that you have passed into the afterlife. And now in usually the as it says, usually the place most fond to your heart is where you will be resting. And it is your job to have a comfortable afterlife by making sure nobody else lives there while you're there dead. And
Okay.
though there are probably a lot of questions, they will have to be addressed by exploring. The whole map is open to you, and because you can levitate, uh, you could probably just float around. With 1 point in levitation, you float a few feet off the ground, maybe up to 1.5 feet. It allows you to
Um,
see higher, maybe peek your head into a high corner, something like that.
could I confirm my death by looking at, say, my arms? Are they like see-through or translucent, or am I like
Well,
ethereal?
you look pretty normal, but when you interact with objects, you tend to pass through them. Things that you once thought were solid no longer bear your weight, except for the floor. Whenever you're not levitating, your feet do touch the floor, and you walk around normally in some
Was
sort
I
of.
able to open the door to get inside,
You
or did
don't
I just kind of?
you don't remember opening the door, and as you go into the house, it closes behind you. If you want, you can try.
Am I able to leave?
Your hand is passing through the door. I would suggest manifesting.
Okay. Let's manifest and see if I can open the door.
All right, let me get on. We're doing this in the Rolls and Colors channel
Right.
on my Discord. So roll the 3d6. This is fairly standard. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna. This is a +0. You pick two. Add one.
So let's just go with 10.
10 altogether.
Yeah.
All right. I'm scrolling.
Okay.
So with a little bit of focus, you can turn the knob on the door, and it takes some doing. Here, I'm going to introduce the power meter, and you did just use 10 points.
Okay.
So the door opens, and on the other side, you see a desert, and it is arid, and there is a sharp wind blowing at you, and it's very hot. And it's
Like
just
discomforting hot?
like desert in the middle of the day hot. You probably wouldn't want to be there, but also being dead, it probably wouldn't kill you. And you notice just for free, I will tell you that peeking around the door frame, the end of the door in the desert is cut off from reality itself.
Okay.
You can peek around it. It's desert all around. There's no sign of your house on the other side.
If I'm looking outside in?
You can see inside. You can see inside, and I will say that the stoop extends down. You can stand on the stoop, and you see inside normally. That door,
But I don't see a house from the outside.
but there's no house. No, you see the door and part of the frame, the stoop, and inside the house. All those things are normal, but outside it's just a door standing in space. It's quite a fall to the ground too. I wouldn't recommend stepping off unless you want to stay a while or use your levitation to get back.
I will probably just, I'd probably head back inside.
That seems for the best. You do get a dreadful feeling outside.
Okay.
So, inside, you're coming to terms with the afterlife. And reading through the book, it tells you that flipping through the book, you find 3 tickets. And on them, it says that they're vouchers for a session with your caseworker. And you have 3 of them. And instructions found in the book tell you can draw a door and knock 3 times. There's also a bit of chalk provided for you, which I'll say you can freely interact with.
Okay.
It says you get 3 appointments for the first 150 years. And this is to help you cope with the afterlife or anything you could possibly imagine. Imagine your caseworker as a civics worker employed by whomever specifically to care for your afterlife and your needs. But you only get so many chances.
Okay. I guess my first thing to do, my first order of business now that I've seen outside, is to look around inside to see if it's like my house in my life.
Absolutely.
Or
So,
if it's
and never minding the doors, because you could just walk through the walls, you notice everything seems to be in place. All your furniture is still there. An old television, some couch or chair. Do you have a preference?
probably a couch.
Nice
Maybe,
couch.
Maybe the walls have some posters or something.
Some of the areas seem a little gray. Maybe they're associated with bad memories, things in your past. It makes you think. And other areas seem a little brighter, sunny even, and you tend to think about good things in those places. Those will be familiar to you. I'll let you decide.
Okay. So on this main picture with the common room and dining area, what is the bottom right?
On the bottom right, that is a space you've never been in your living life. And I suppose you would want to go there.
I suppose so. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the fuck is in here.
Moving into the wall space, you notice that there is a little bit of area here that goes under the house. There's dirt way down. There's no floor where there would be a floor. And here are some pipes that transport water into and out of the bathroom. It also provides the heating source, which I suppose you have gas heat. That's reasonable.
Right.
Although you won't be needing it now. So there's
Right.
pipes. There's pipes there for the heat and the water to get through the house, and also they go under the floor to service the laundry area, the kitchen, and there's some pipes that go upstairs to the bathroom, of course. And that's about
Right.
that. You also notice that when you look out the windows, you see what was there in your life. The neighbor's houses, yard on one side, a little bit of blacktop on the street, normal things that you would expect.
Can I poke my head out through a window?
Absolutely. When you push your head through, which is very easy, obviously being incorporeal, on the other side is again that desert. And it's the same kind of thing. Although you don't see the frame of the window from the other side, you probably wouldn't want to hazard a chance at jumping out to look.
I will stick my head back in and see if I can tell when it switches from desert to the illusion of houses by me.
Well, it is at the threshold of the glass pane. So the parts of the house in general, I will tell you, are all real to you.
Right.
As soon as you cross the threshold of the house, you enter the desert.
Okay.
I want to also point out at any time if I say something and you want to look it up in the manual, I will tell you if it's in there. Like, I don't want to, we're not going to spend time like, how long does it take to read the book? You could just read whenever you want, pull information out of the manual.
Okay. I guess I think my character would be very. I think Billy is very confused of what he should do,
Well,
like what he should do with himself, with this getting settled into being dead thing. Um,
what did you ever want to do?
um, I think maybe he didn't really think about it in life. Maybe he just always was driven to work, and so he didn't know how to rest.
I think now would be a good time for that.
Yeah, indeed, he's gonna learn real quick, I'm sure.
Well, how would you like
So,
to relax?
well, is there anything on the TV?
It's off right now. It's an old dial system. You get 13 UHF channels and 26 VHF channels, and you have to turn the dial. However, as you know, that's a little difficult.
Well, so what does warp reality do? Or
Wa-
reality warp?
Reality warp. I will actually read from the description. I hope that you understand these in a basic term, but I'll
Yeah.
also remind you, of course, if it says here, if the debtor is trying to make all of the rules of reality change, like turning a banister into a giant snake, this is the skill for you. Your caseworker will tell you the target number based on what you are trying to warp. So
Okay.
um, rather than a pass-fail system, if you want to warp reality, you decide how reality will change, and I will give you a number to roll for. Um,
I think I would like to use my reality warp to warp this TV and make it have something that I would like on the TV and make it modern and uh, usable by my incorporealness, if that's possible.
I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption. I want you uh, try to roll an 11 for
I
all
have
of that.
a 2 in reality warp.
Yes.
So,
You roll the 3d6. I think you can get an 11 with that. Hell yeah.
so what if the two in the reality? Let's put it. I'll be greedy. I'll take the 5 and 6 and add 2 on the that.
All right.
Make it really good. So it'd be
That,
like
total
a
score of
13.
13.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. I don't know if I should max cap 12. No, I guess 13 makes sense. So,
Maybe a 12 and up is pretty brutal.
yeah. So, there's your 13 points. Let me make sure that shows up. It does. And you concentrate very hard, and you find that the TV directly responds to your thoughts, and the dial flips when you want to change the channel. You don't even need to worry about getting up and flipping the dial. It now responds to you, and
Nice.
this is an effect that lasts for a very long time. We'll say maybe permanent. We'll see how about that.
Okay.
So you get to see. You flip on, and it's the start of the news cycle. You can reason as the television tells you. The newscaster says that we're on the 6 o'clock news, and here are the things that have happened today. A local person, Billy, last name, a marine biologist and beloved neighbor, dies in a boating accident off the coast of the last place you were working. He'll be Costa Rica, off the coast of Costa Rica. He was studying rare and unusual deep sea animals when a unfortunate depressurization accident occurred, crushing him in his sub. He will be forever missed, and our best wishes go out to you. And honestly, maybe you don't give these news stories much. I mean, this is up to you whether or not you like the special interest stories on the news, but you do feel a little happy when you think about these wishes that your neighbors and loved ones could be giving for you. But furthermore, definitely this identifies you as a dead person.
So I am probably coming to a little bit of acceptance of my death.
I would hope. You don't have to, but I would hope.
I think that Billy Bob is a man of science, therefore he probably understands that death is natural and
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah.
Oh, yes. In other news,
Okay.
the newscaster goes on about local events, the weather comes up, another person talks, obviously. Co-caster is talking about regular things happening in the world of the living. It seems that life goes on as per normal, with your death included, of course.
Of course. Is there any just... I guess I would try to take a bit of time to just relax for the day and soak in a good amount of, well, relaxation because, dying is a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Here,
Well, you're in it right now. As
apparently.
as soon as you sit down on the couch, I assume anyway.
Yeah,
As-
let's say I sit down or can't maybe even lay down.
Oh, yes. As soon as you sit down and you think about relaxing, the channel changes to something music related. It actually, the TV flips to VHF mode and turns up the dial to channel 13. Why not? And there's some interesting music on, something you might have listened to in life, a little rock ballad. And it seems all right. You can finally relax after a long life of studying animals.
I think I would try to get some rest. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he would know that if you can sleep or not, or what
You,
have you.
well, you do close your eyes. You kind of relax, and it does feels nice sitting in the couch. It is kind of soft, like you remember. So that's a good thing.
So I guess I'll try to fall asleep.
It's a kind of sleep. You're you find you can shut off your mind a little bit, uh, but it's not true sleep. You don't really pass out. You don't drift away, but you're comfortable,
Okay.
and you know the house is comfortable.
I probably feel warm and safe, and I will try to get a quote unquote reasonable amount of rest.
I think that's a good idea. If you want, we can progress.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna give you 20. Excuse me. Holy shit, that's gonna happen with the margarita
How
mix.
dare you be human and burp?
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
So you get 20 points back. You do feel rested though. When you get up, you feel like not physically like you're not tired. You don't feel like you have more energy. You just feel more yourself.
Okay. Um, is there like maybe I can turn on say a morning show for to start my morning, like say The Price is Right.
Oh yeah, as soon as you think about it, the TV flips back to UHF down to one of the lower channels and there's a game show on. Definitely. I like The Price is Right, honestly. Let's go with that. I don't know.
And,
I don't know why, but that's one of those game shows that's like it's so like it's a good fucking game, and it's
Right.
presented pretty well. I even liked it while Drew Carey was on. Like, seriously,
oh god, yeah, Drew Carey did a good job, or does a good job. I don't know if he still does.
maybe he does. I haven't actually seen a current episode in a long time.
No, I didn't watch for a long time because I watched it with my grandpa like every day.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then when my grandpa died, it was kind of like, I'm done. I'm done, mate. Sorry.
I totally understand that.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it's
blame you
been-
at all.
I think my grandpa died 10 years ago, so it's like, I don't know whether or not I even think about it, but it was one of those things where, not to get too real, but it was like, I told my grandpa I wanted to take him to a taping of it.
Oh,
one day
wow.
Before he passed away, and then he had a stroke and died before I could. I was
Wow.
like, I was 16, turning 17. So yeah, it was 10 years ago.
That is amazing though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I appreciate those things. Like,
That's a little something I keep to my heart.
I'm glad you could share it. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, no problem.
um.
So I could say like maybe Billy had a relative that he thinks of, and maybe that's why he likes The Price is Right.
I like that. Yeah. And it's a normal episode. You know, you got some high rollers and some bad guesses. A couple people bust out. In the end, the last
It didn't even matter.
the last survivor of the show is on the final showcase, and she's ready to guess. And on the screen, it's a full sailing vessel with a high mast. Ready for lake sailing or even shallow ocean dives, and that's something that you might like in real life. She
Probably
has
something I would have a healthy guess about.
she has a health. Sorry, I immediately went to healthy because my brain.
No, I get it.
She has a chance at an old curio filled with really expensive flatware and silverware. some luggage, because there's always luggage. You always get that bunch of cases. If you've never flown before, now you're ready.
Oh yeah.
And uh, a brand new refrigerator set with a freezer attachment, which is new. This is just coming out, brand new technology to freeze your best foods. And you're looking at the showcase. Do you wanna make a guess? Why not?
Sure, I can make a guess. Or do you want me to make a guess?
I mean, you can, however you want to pull it.
Um, Fuck. If you're saying DTG make a guess, or are you saying Billy make a guess?
Yeah, Billy, but also, like, it's your show. Billy,
I don't know.
I mean, I am. If Billy wants to make a guess, that's the thing.
Sure, I guess Billy wants to try to play along.
Hmm.
I don't know
Let's
how
go
he
back.
would.
Let's go back over. It was a sailing boat that can go shallow or lake sailing. Curio with a expensive flatware and silverware. A refrigerator freezer, and what was that other thing? Oh, luggage.
Luggage.
A whole set of luggage.
Let's say Billy says six or yeah, 16,000.
$16,000. The woman on the show guesses about 32,000, and she goes over. The whole showcase apparently is worth $21,594, and you're both just like, damn, that's how the game goes, in a
Yeah,
sense.
that's how the game goes. God damn.
Who would have thought that we would need functional knowledge of the Price is Right? By the way.
Right?
At that point, there comes a knock on the door.
My door.
Yeah, the front door.
I'm going to, well, probably just fall through the floor and go look.
Yeah.
Or unless I'm already downstairs.
Well, yeah, I imagine your television is in the common room, but if it's in your
Oh,
bedroom,
right. Duh. Right. Common room. Duh.
sorry, I don't know. I put the house together, but it's your house, so you can make the rules.
Whatever. I'll just if I have a peephole, I'll look out through the peephole.
Yeah, I'll say a peephole is viable. And you peek through, and it looks like a really well dressed woman, like in a petticoat suit with some nice pants, and she's got some files, and she's just like presenting herself like somebody's about to open the door, and she needs to look her best to deliver whatever it is.
Okay. And I guess I will open the door.
Do you want to roll me manifestation?
7.
A 7. Do 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 do. So you wiggle on the door handle, and it's a little tough this time, but eventually you get it open, and then it slips from your grasp, and it just cracks. And then she says, "Hello?"
Hello?
She has no reaction to you, but she kind of pokes at the knob and pushes the door open a little more, seeing it's dark inside, but the sounds of I don't know what comes on after The Price is Right.
Wheel of Fortune. No, Wheel
Oh,
of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune's a primetime thing, yeah.
Damn. If Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune were at night. I remember. See, I knew that one.
That's weird. Why do I know that?
Who the okay? Not for nothing. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and like Price is Right were like the three shows everyone liked.
Right? They're all three of them are very good games.
Well, I think Price is Right was probably the last one in the morning. I think there was like one or two before, or maybe it was like Family Feud that came after. I think. All My Children comes on after. All My Children.
Trey Troy says daytime programming and paid programming could be options.
Well, paid programming is usually the weekend option, so.
You think so?
Yeah. So let's say.
I think like a soap, yeah, like All My Children or something is on.
Or General Hospital or whatever.
And also, like, you have complete control over the television at this point. But the sounds, Days of Our Lives, I like that. I actually used to watch some of that.
Okay, let's say I hear Days of Our Lives coming on and I go no, and I turn it to a channel, if I can, that's playing classical music.
It does, actually. You find a PBS broadcast, and they're going through an entire album of orchestral sonatas written by a composer you've never heard of, but it's lovely.
Some dude named Nobuo Uematsu.
And
I go,
the woman on the other side of the door hears this, and for whatever reason, she decides to creep in, and she passes right through you. The door passes right through you as she steps into the house, saying, "Hello, is somebody home? Your door opened."
Hi.
She does not even know that you're there, as you're even gesturing. Things that you realize the normal person would react to, she gives you none of it.
I reach out to touch her.
Your hand passes right through her.
I walk around her, and I look her in the face and see if I recognize her.
You know, I'm gonna roll my die per mill.
Okay.
All right, you don't think you've ever seen her before, honestly. She could be somebody from the neighborhood, but she certainly never knocked on your door. In her hands are brochures for some kind of like makeup product or a household thing. You're not really sure, but it looks like a flyer as an advertisement.
I'm gonna use my manifest to pick up a flyer out of her hand.
Okay. Give me that roll.
Or maybe out of like the pile she might have in.
Yeah.
So I have one in it, so 8.
All right, you pull the page out of her hand, and you can actually hold onto it easily. And at first, she looks at the ground, like, did I just drop a paper? And then she slowly pans up to see it floating in midair. There's a moment of pure confusion on her face.
I open it.
Well, it's a little pamphlet, and you flip the pages a little bit. Inside are products that you might want to buy for your house. Just little interesting trinkets, knives, some flatware, accessories for the bedside, things to decorate the yard, stuff like that. Might be even an MLM, depending on how she's going to sell it. And just over just over the edge of the page, you can see that she's starting to turn a little white, very pale.
I'm going to close the pamphlet and hand it back.
Can I get?
See if she takes it.
Can I get? I don't know if I should impose a roll, but I want to ask for another manifestation.
6.
All right. So you try to slip it back in, and at first it feels like it's about to fall away from you, but you concentrate and you shove it on, and all the papers fall out of her hand, and she shrieks because you can tell she felt the pressure of you pushing the papers back into her hand.
Okay.
Is somebody here?
I go, hello?
If you want, why not roll mimicry? I think mimicry works.
I have 1 point mimicry, so that would come out to a 9. I'd answer back like, yo, what it do, baby?
Yeah.
No,
Let me reread mimicry just in case. The ability to mimic the sounds of another being. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna. Oh, there's ventriloquism though.
Well,
So and no, that would okay. This makes sense. You could say it and produce the sound of your voice, and it will have to come from directly where you are. So give me the mimicry roll, unless you already did it. I'm not looking.
I did, and it's 9.
Well, you got to pick 2, unless it's 9 altogether. Yeah,
9.
I see that.
5 and 3 and 1.
Well, so you do get out. Hello. And she yelps at the sound of what she sees as nothing in front of her and just runs out of the house without even picking up her papers. She's gone. She runs down the street and doesn't even stop at the next house, just keeps going. She's going somewhere, you're not sure where.
Can I poke my head out to make sure she's okay?
Well, you do see her run off, but as your head crosses the threshold, you see the desert.
And I go, God fucking damn it, son of a bitch. I just wanted to make sure she was okay, and...
Pulling your head back in, you can hear her shrieking hysterically.
I guess I will try to use manifestation to close the door again. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Even if I go really low, it'll be the rest of my points.
That's unfortunate.
I really closed that door.
Yeah. So you're gonna go for max power?
Yeah, let's
Blam! You close the door, and the TV immediately flips, turns up in volume, and the sound of music fills your house. And the lock automatically locks on the door. And you got 3 pamphlets.
Now, I guess I couldn't try to, but would it be possible with that manifestation to try to clean up the pamphlets, or am I gonna have to?
Yeah, no, I'll give that to you because you took the high roll and maxed out your points. In the same force of will, you scoop up all the papers, scoop up into a little pile as you clean them up. Like the whole process, you close the door and you lock it and stack the papers, and as you were saying,
Probably just put the papers on the table and
Yeah, we'll say there's like
call it good.
a little door table next to the rotary phone.
Yeah.
And now you just have a little reading material for any guests that you may or may not receive.
Well, I guess if I'm getting a little bit bored around here, I might just go, huh? Guess it's time to use one of these vouchers, huh? Let's go figure out what this is about.
That's a good idea. So
And
I,
I will.
I assume you just draw the door. Do you want to
Yeah.
put it anywhere in particular? It's like a one-time use thing, but still.
Just wherever is convenient enough to put it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You draw the door, knock 3 times, and the wall slides in as if made of stone and falls away. And on the other side is a sickeningly pleasant waiting room. There's a lot of people here. Those you can assume are the recently or broadly deceased. And going in, there's just a little ticket machine and a sign that says take a number.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm dead now. I can't even escape the DMV.
have you seen Beetlejuice the movie?
You asked me that, but no, I haven't.
Oh wow, really?
If I have, it's been so long.
Yeah, well, it's a Tim Burton movie. A.
Ah,
And it stars Michael Keaton. B. That should be all you need to know.
huh? No, I haven't seen it, but maybe I'll watch it soon then.
Oh, it's actually really good. Like a literal classic.
I'm sure I've probably seen it, and I'm just not thinking of it.
Oh, Michael Keaton's performance is unforgettable.
Why am I imagining?
Yeah. Claire de Lune. Yeah, that's a PBS program. So you get a number. It's a rather long number, but you got time. And I will roll a D per mil for how many hours it takes.
Uh-oh.
This is a thing I added. This is not part of the game. I'm just like, it's for flavor.
The 932?
932. I didn't expect to go that high. I'm going to cap it at 500.
Down.
No, you're down? Okay.
Down.
Let me do some quick math because my brain doesn't immediately want to do this.
336 is 2 weeks.
38 days.
Yeah, apparently I got some weight.
Why not minutes? Because I said hours first.
I'm down for hours. I'm down.
So you literally wait 38 days.
What am I gonna do?
I mean, you could interact with the other guests. A lot of people, some of them look non-human. And some of them look extra human. And
I guess
they all got their
during
woes.
38 days if I don't get my power back.
No, you do. But also, you don't need to manifest or anything here. If you actually get your full power back throughout this just automatically. But also, you probably don't need to use your powers here until a specific time, which we'll get to.
I guess during this time, I will be going and looking to see if there is any younger people, say 10 and under, and maybe try to speak to them and comfort them in this afterlife.
Oh, like actual children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to do some good while I'm waiting.
There's at least one literal child. Maybe no more than 10, like you said. Definitely there. Just kicking their legs, looking at their sheet, their little number, which is actually like a ticker tape. They have a long wait time.
Is it longer than mine?
Well, I'll give that a 500 per mil chance. No.
Okay.
It's this boy will go before you, but it's still egregious. Like you've lived your life. This boy hasn't been here very long, both in the life and in the afterlife.
I want to try to spend a bit of time to try to get him a lower number.
Well, there are some people around do definitely have lower numbers.
Maybe I could try to go to ones that look maybe particularly human and
Yeah.
try to explain the situation to them.
You know, just for thematic purposes, you do see a couple. And they're like leaning together, waiting their turn, and they are just like, I'm glad that we at least have something, and at least we're here together. And the girl's
Right.
a little wet, a little dripping. The guy's skin is sort of blue or gray. I would assume you approach them,
Yes.
and they recognize you not personally, but as a person. Uh, Hi, can we help you? Says the man.
Um, yeah, I was, well, I found, someone in need here, and basically, there's a child here that's unfortunately, among us dead. Maybe 8 or 9, probably. And, his wait time here is pretty egregious, and I'm trying to get him some help sooner because he needs it sooner than we do. I was wondering if y'all could help me out, or if you know anyone that would be willing to trade times with him. He has a little bit of a longer wait than us.
So the man looks at his wife and says, "Well, I mean, we have been waiting a while already, but what do you think, honey?" And she responds, "We never had kids. You know, maybe that would be okay. It's like we have eternity anyway." And they get up and they trade tickets with the boy. And the boy does look a little happier. Still nervous and dead, but happier. And also
Oh,
the boy thanks you, of course.
well,
Thank you, mister. I don't I really don't know what's going on still, but I'm glad I don't have to wait too long.
I'll tell you the truth, I don't know much about what's going on either, but, hopefully you can get help sooner than me.
Oh, thank you,
Or,
thank you. And I hope you do well. I hope it's good for you. I don't know what it is, but I hope it's good.
well, I think that it is very possible that there are people here that are to help people like you and me.
That's good. Where
And they can help us just have fun and be at peace.
at peace?
Yeah, just happy, relaxed, mainly happy. That's their job, just to make sure that we have things that can make us happy.
Where did you wake up?
Oh, I woke up and I was in my house.
Oh, it must be nice. That sounds like a nice place.
It's pretty basic, but
I
I got a
felt
TV.
a TV. Wow. I wanted to have a TV someday. I I think I was hiding. I think I was under a log, and then just at some point there was a book there.
I'm
I,
sorry to hear that.
it's okay. I like the log. It's a good place to stay safe.
Well, maybe one day you can find an even better place.
Hmm. Maybe.
I do agree that logs are pretty nice.
I
Just
like
make
that.
sure you keep yours safe.
Oh, I will. I already scared away a deer.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that deer was going to eat up all the plants. It was pretty cold, but there were still plants. And they're my
Wow.
plants. I think they're my plants now.
Well, it sounds like you could be a druid. Someone who protects plant life.
Oh, I don't even know what that means.
You could be the big bad guardian who could protect all of the plant life around you and your log.
Hmm. After some conversation, the boy gets called. Although
And I,
we could say it's like still several days of conversation.
yeah, of course.
And of course, he thanks you. Good luck, Billy. I hope you do great.
Good luck, name.
Yep, yep, yep. I'm not even going to bother.
Little Timmy.
Eventually, your turn comes up. You go up to
Oh
the
boy.
window, and there's a smiley looking girl, and she says, "Hi there. Oh, you must be your first appointment here. I'm Bunny, and it's nice to meet you. I'll be your caseworker."
Oh, hi, Bunny. Hi,
Yes.
Billy.
Nice to meet you, Billy. Now, what brings you here today?
Well, it has come to my attention that I am dead.
Oh, yes. A lot of people realize that.
And I had a whole day or two at my house and just enjoying my life and my afterlife and bored and I just don't know what to do now.
You don't know what to do. I mean, you could do anything.
Well, I came here to see if you had any ideas or if there's anything I should be doing or I don't know. I thought there was supposed to be like a heaven or a hell or something. I
Oh,
just don't
well.
know.
Sometimes those afterlife things work out, but I don't know. Maybe you just feel more comfortable in your house. I do see here you are in a house, yes?
I am indeed in my house of it's the house I had in life.
Well, that's fortunate. At least you have a place to focus yourself. And I recommend doing anything you couldn't do because of time constraints. You're no longer limited by your physical form, and you're no longer limited by time itself.
Yeah, I noticed I had a rather long wait.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people die, and more die every day, and even more want appointments, if you can believe it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Now, I work with many, many non living peoples, and I have your best interests in mind. So,
I do appreciate that, but if I'm supposed to just be learning and all that, why isn't that in the manual?
well, there's nothing to learn. Just live your own life. Maybe you want to keep people away from it. You could work toward that. Otherwise, the world is your oyster.
Well,
Just
every time I try to leave, I end up in this like desert place, and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, that's Saturn.
Excuse me, what?
That's Saturn.
I okay, okay.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go there. You could be. Well, it's weird to say, but you could be eaten.
And why does my house lead to Saturn?
Well, that's just where there is. I don't really know what to tell you about it. It's a phenomenon that we all experience in the afterlife.
Can I not put my house back on Earth?
It is on Earth.
And how? I just want to be able to go see the park.
That might be a little difficult. But maybe we could do something about that.
Well, I'd like to go see the parks, maybe go to the lake and see some wonderful sea creatures.
Have you tried altering reality?
I did on my TV, yes.
That might be something to do. I'll tell you what. I will set you up with a simulation. And although the goal of these simulations is to broaden your scope of personal space, we'll say, I think that warping of reality would actually help you experience the things that you are missing from life, such as the park that you want to go see. If you
Maybe
would
that would be
be if you'd be amenable, you could step into the simulation and try your hand at warping reality.
well. Let's sure, I'll give it a try.
So she leads you to a door and you head inside, and inside it starts out absolutely dark, complete darkness, and nothing around. I need to do some reading.
All right, you do that while I go get water.
All right, actually, yeah, let's cut our first break and everybody get up and stretch out and get your drinks and stuff, and I'll be back momentarily, as well as everybody else. I don't know.